We therefore wonder what the duties and functions of INEC accredited observers should be, if not to point out these lapses and electoral ailments, to offer the electoral umpire channels of reassessment and redirection. But in doing so, and in abiding by our honor and integrity to do so, INEC and its officials has continued to frustrate the efforts of the observers by undermining our noble and patriotic contributions to the smooth running of the electoral process. Statement, please permit us to read that. Observers for the Nigerian General Election 2023, having observed the Presidential and National Assembly elections in Imo State, wish to use this medium to express dissatisfaction with the outcome of the National Assembly elections, especially the Imo North Senatorial election in Okigwe local government area. The Imo North Senatorial district comprises of the following 6 local government areas, that's Obowu, Ihituboma, Ehimembano, Onimo, Okigwe, and Isialambano. As INEC accredited foot soldiers and electoral process stakeholders, we are miffed by the results turned out by INEC as winners and losers in that electoral contest. To the best of our knowledge and understanding, the result of the Imo North Senatorial District as declared by INEC runs completely contrary to the number of accredited registered voters visibly collected results at the polling units and the collection centers. Worse still, wards and communities numbering about 7 had no elections there. Available cases in question are wards like Awobu, Aku, Amuro, Ihube, Omowa, Ogi, Umololo, all in Okigwe local government areas and many other places, where no elections ever took place because even INEC staff desisted from going there for fear of their lives due to the places are prone to election violence and other security challenges. Yet, votes were generated from those places in favor of the ruling party. This anomaly cannot strive without INEC colliding with the perpetrators. It calls for serious questioning why INEC should certify results cooked up from places that election never held. While we commend INEC for considerable effort at some other places where elections held successfully, we differ to say that Okigwe local government area was a different case. Elections did not take place in towns and communities listed below. That's Aku, Amuro, Ihube, Umuowa, Ogi, and Umulolo. Therefore, as INEC accredited observers who were present at the polling units and collection centers, our consciences are highly disturbed by this apparent electoral aberration, rascality, and fraud, where results can be generated from places elections were not conducted, but homologous results are produced to boost the results of a loser to catch up and make the real winner mysteriously replaced by runners-up along the way. We opine that this situation is a general phenomenon in Imo State, but the Imo North issue and the particular Okigwe is very heart-rending and capable of exasperating as already election tension-soaked area. Please permit me. We opine that this situation is a general phenomenon in Imo State, but the Imo North Senatorial District issue, and particularly Okigwe, is a very heart-rending and capable of exasperating an already election tension-soaked zone. We wonder why results from Okigwe local government area, which is notorious for election apathy due to security apprehension and the recurrent electoral violence, should by far outnumber the result collected from Mbano area that has been more peaceful with higher voter strength. This is an apparent electoral aberration which must not go unreconciled and allowed to stand from available statistics. It is no gainsaying that in the last elections, INEC has not lived up to its promise to deliver the freest and fairest election ever in Nigeria. More so, INEC has totally failed Nigerians in the high expectations which it prompted in the people. Therefore, as accredited INEC observers to that election, We have resolved to open this situation up to the Nigerian public and, of course, the international community, as well as the Election Tribunal Committee for the Imo North Senatorial District elections, for them to be guided in their duty and assignment with good conscience, to be fair and just, to deliver clinically processed and justifiable conclusions with a view to ameliorating INEC's overbearing excesses in that election by giving INEC a face-saving and a soft landing platform of equity for that electoral overzealous and reckless patronage of such systemic alteration against the electoral wish and desire of the people of Imo North Senatorial Districts. Since the election tribunals, like the courts, are the last hope of a hopeless and distressed victims of electoral sabotage, we urge the tribunal members to be courageous and duty-bound to do the needful by reversing the many elections mysteriously declared against those that might been robbed of victory, those that might have rightly been voted for by the people. Let the real votes count. If INEC could no longer ensure that the right votes count, the tribunal should effect a correction of this ugly trend and set the record straight, so as to forestall future negation of the people's electoral legitimacy, rights, and franchise. Our above stated position in this press briefing is based on the factual and concrete evidence which we have on ground. The mutilated and the badly doctored result sheets represent a very shameful and desperate exhibition of some mischievous elements on a mission to derail or truncate the very sacred tenets and principles of democratic practice and free electoral process. We therefore wonder what the duties and functions of INEC accredited observers should be, if not to point out these lapses and electoral ailments, to offer the electoral umpire channels of reassessment and redirection. But in doing so, and in abiding by our honor and integrity to do so, INEC and its officials has continued to frustrate the efforts of the observers by undermining our noble and patriotic contributions to the smooth running of the electoral process. Based on evidences available with us, and of course how INEC had acted, in fact, in some cases resulting to the forthcoming supplementary elections, we wonder why the case of Imo North Senatorial District should be a different thing. And we are aware also that in Imo North, particularly in Okigwe has 11 wards. In those 11 wards, election took place only, as we observed on the field, election took place only in 2 wards perfectly. Then in other 2 wards, just half. But we are surprised that when results began to come in, almost all the wards received election results. And we wonder why it should be so. We reported to INEC in our preliminary report that, yes, this is not what we observed, and the fact is in contravention to their set standard. So, and how did they generate such results to warrant a winner being declared in that election? So when we found out that nothing was done, and we've been following the process and found out, yes, anyway, we now felt, okay, yes, it will also be good to give the Election Petition Tribunal a guideline of what happened, so that they will be very, very fair in their judgment and just in their conclusion.